All the money Americans lost today is caused by Bidenomics. So buckle up. And the hemorrhaging is not over. Japan's stock market, they just posted their worst day since Black Monday from 1987. All of this being fueled by the very real fears that the Biden-Harris economy will spiral this country into a full-on recession.
Oh my God, Sean Hannity is growing more and more pathetic as he gets older. It's punditry by ChatGPT. Any one of you watching this could have written that monologue for him. Bad thing happens in another country on the other side of the world. It's because of Harris. Yeah, it's her. It's Harris's VP definitely is responsible, but not even responsible. Is responsible because if she became president, then she could be responsible. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's probably what it is. Look, it's utterly ridiculous. Now, look, there is a truth to the topic that he's talking about. Stock market did have a bad day, a particularly bad day, and not just here in the United States, but also in Japan. So we had our worst day since 2022. And to give you an idea how devastating the stock drop was here in the United States, after that big drop, we're only up like 15% over Donald Trump's best day ever on the stock market. Haha, dun. The stock market is still doing much better. And Sean Hannity is so happy to now be able to talk about the stock market because he has had to pretend it doesn't exist for the last few years as it has gone up to record levels.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
And so you saw him trying to pin all of this on Harris, pin it on Biden, pin it on whatever you think will work. He did, in particular, a big monologue on the Japanese stock market. So he talked about it a ton. And then, now you wouldn't know this if you watched Sean Hannity's show, it had its best day since October 2008 and logged record single day jump in points. He didn't talk about that, which is weird because we've already established that anything that happens in the election is due to Harris and whether she'll be president or not. So if it fell because of Harris, well then clearly it rose because of Harris as well. Look, all of this is ridiculous and it is beneath us. It's not beneath him, nothing is, but it's beneath you and it's beneath me. Look, if you want to make a case that a policy that was pursued, or even like a statement, something that was actually done led to a result, then do that. But just taking any random thing that happens and being like, it's Harris. Or if the stock market goes up, Trump will be like, it's me, as we'll get into more. Like that is child stuff, that's baby stuff. And Sean Hannity is a full-grown man. He's basically an elderly man at this point. We should be able to expect more from him. But anyway, let's turn back to the US. So this is where we're actually at. So you can see the dip, you can see the beginnings of the recovery from that right there. So the first graphic right there is the S&P 500, you have the Dow Jones as well. So it is a dip. I mean, when you put it in the context of the last 5 days, I mean, it doesn't seem as apocalyptic. Like theoretically in a week's time, we could be back up to where we were. But Fox needs something right now. The right and Trump desperately need a narrative to run on. It has been nothing but bad news when it comes to the polls, when it comes to the fundraising, when it comes to the volunteers, and certainly when it comes to the vibes. And they need something. And so what are they doing right now? We can speculate a little bit together. They are desperately hoping that the stock market falls more. Now, maybe you're a Republican, maybe you're a conservative and you want that too, because you think it will help Trump. But just think about what you are hoping for. You are hoping for damage to be done to industries. You are hoping for damage to be done to 401ks. You are hoping that people's personal investments, including, by the way, countless millions of conservatives, lose value just to give Donald Trump a chance of getting back in this thing. I think that's kind of sick. But I've talked a lot about the context of not only Biden's term, but also Trump's. I want to go into a little bit of that. So we're going to show you not just the 5-day S&P or whatever. So let's jump to, here's the last 4 years. So you can see, yeah, at the end there, it does tick down, but like you see the trend as well. Donald Trump had been sort of moving up, and then obviously his utter voluntary bungling of COVID did way more long-term damage to US society, culture, and the economy than it needed to. And then it's been up, and the trend is undeniable. It's also unmentionable if you're on Fox News, and you can see a similar thing, by the way, when we go to the Dow Jones as well. The trend is undeniable at that point. And you could already see the Dow has rallied 400 points. I don't know what's happening literally live while we're on the show. I'm not a huge stocks guy, same as Sean Hannity. I understand it at about the same level as he does. But if you're gonna try to lay the blame on a president or the credit, you should at least understand what you're talking about and provide a little bit of evidence. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.